Oh, that's a bottle pop.
Little revelry bottle action today. We're out of the cans.
No cans.
Little amigoze. That's not how it's pronounced. Amigos.
But as far as it's not a sour either, so you can't even.
It is.
It is?
Amigos. Yeah.
I thought that was the
it's tart.
Oh, made from Hatch is the.
Oh, the made from Hatch. They're about to come back out with that one.
These are all revelry beers, which unless you live around here, you know nothing about.
Sean brought the made from Hatch home. That thing went so fast.
Solid.
About to go to that revelry appreciation party today. Get some free food.
Not me.
I got a +1.
Jay Wayne is our liaison for the revelry festivities.
I get a +1. The wife's at work.
Yeah.
All right. What up, YouTube? We're not here to talk anymore about revelry.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to this the brass taxes.
Let's do it.
That's what we like to say. What up, everybody on YouTube? Per usual, we're gonna hit up the Patreon questions first. So let's head over to patreon.com/the FFDynasty. What up, fam? Got some questions already here. Nicholas, what up, dog? Thoughts on Devontae Parker and Laquan Treadwell? Are you starting either? There's no way I'm ever starting Laquan Treadwell.
Well,
even Diggs is going to sit.
No Diggs, and
I don't care.
He's,
I'll pull down my underwear.
He's been getting some targets with all three of those guys in there. I mean,
and catching and dropping about half.
Sure. Sometimes he looks like he's a good player, and then other times you're like, damn man, because you just catch.
He was a first round pick.
Yeah. But I saw him do some ball snatching last week, which was nice to see. Obviously, Devontae Parker, I like the player a lot better, but now I just got the sleeper app here, and I just got informed that
we got to quit saying their name until they're paying us.
That well, it's a great. I will say, I'm upset I didn't have this before because it just I'm not using their platform to play on, but I am using their. I'm sure there's
notifications.
Other apps that give you these notifications, but this is the first time I've had them just sent to my phone, and it's nice because I just got this thing saying how Kenny Stills in warm-ups, Dolphins decided to say that he looked good in warm-up, so they're going to play him. Definitely hurts some Parker. I would have said Parker without a question here just because I like the player better and there was no Stills, but if you were, I'm probably not trying to play either unless I absolutely have to, but I could play both in a pinch, really. I guess I'd probably rather play Treadwell, but
no way.
If I had to pick
Give
one,
me Parker.
But you're right, Parker.
Give me Parker.
You're right, Parker.
Kenny Stills doesn't.
If I had to,
even when Kenny's in there, he's not getting a ton of targets. He's just making big plays. That's what's kind of sprung his fantasy football production along this whole time, which he's been on a down since week 3. I don't like Stills coming back. To me, I guess it's a bummer for Parker, but I mean, from what you saw with Parker last week, it was awesome. Like everyone saw that and has to realize that. Brock Osweiler did okay throwing to him.
Mm-hmm.
He's not like Tannehill. It's a little different. I'll take Parker. I think.
Well, it's been mind-boggling the usage of how Devontae Parker hasn't played, and then he comes in and plays in this game and looks great.
Looks like a first-round pick.
There is, though, if you've been watching on ESPN or whatever, Miami and Duke played at that field last night at Hard Rock Stadium, and it was absolutely torrential downpouring. And the field, they said, is just a mess. And it's supposed to rain some more today. So also could be an issue for a guy like Kenny Stills, or it could go either way. You know, you get slip and a fall in either direction. It's a big play or kills a big play.
I wouldn't be trying to get either one of these guys in my lineup, but a force between them two.
Yeah.
And I definitely am liking the idea of Parker after last week's showing. I mean, we traded for him in the offseason, and we told you he has a decent path to wide receiver 1-ness. Obviously, not if you're on the field or not on the field, but I mean, you saw what he can do. They gotta try and win games here. So let's move along. Let's see. William Wallace says I need to pick 2 of these to start. John Brown, Devin Funchess, A-Rob, Cooper Kupp, full point PPR. So right off the screen, Cooper Kupp's name jumps out of that list. Got to get him in there. He's a good to go for tonight and a good matchup and a high point spread with the Saints. They are on the road, but whatever.
I don't know if he's right, which we usually shy away from injury returns. I usually like to see a week with Cooper Kupp.
Fair. Full practices though.
I think if I had to pick 2, I'm going Devin Funchess and John Brown if I had to pick two. If Cooper Kupp was hadn't missed a game and I knew the knee was 100% good to go, it could just be you could come back in and tweak that thing and sit out for the rest of the game. I know Funches is healthy. I know John Brown's healthy. Neither one of them have been slouches at all. They've been
Funches let you down last
solid
week.
plays. Well, and
caught all three of his targets.
Is probably isn't going to, obviously, with the emergence of DJ Moore now getting more snaps and Curtis Samuel being back and Christian McCaffrey catches a fair amount of footballs. Greg Olson's back out there, which definitely hurts Funchess' value. But still, I feel the most comfortable playing those two guys. They're playing Tampa. I mean,
right. They were playing the Ravens last week.
Right.
So, and before that, he had 11 targets. The week before that, 8. 2 weeks before that, 7 apiece.
And same with Allen Robinson. We don't even know if he's playing or not. I'm sure maybe the official active, not active came out here, but John Brown and Funches for me. These two Sean Bosleys on here will type a response for him.
Yeah, we could talk through that real quick though. Let's see. Wait for Chris Carson's status or fire up Tevin Coleman. I think you probably got to fire up Tevin Coleman just to make sure. I mean, I think Carson will probably play, but we saw him sit previous this year with that, so I'd probably save Tevin Coleman just for safeness.
I guess I would agree, even though obviously the Seahawks are running the shit out of the ball.
Right, but you can't take that chance, I guess, unless you have another option.
And it's not. I mean, Chris Carson has been good, but Tevin Coleman could make your play in one day. Should be a shootout. Well, no, they're playing. The Atlanta's playing the Redskins, so pretty decent D.
It is decent defense. I think you have someone else you can play it for.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'd
8.
Move on to the safe side. All right, Alex Collins or Austin Eckler. Saying Alex Collins is fine and he's going to play. Eckler's been strong to quite strong if you need him to as a start, especially for where he is and what he is.
Right. Alex Collins, they're saying he's going to play.
They're saying he's going to play, but they are missing both starting tackles.
Right.
Are being replaced by backups. I mean,
and they do have Ty Montgomery in the fold, although I don't think that really matters much. That's probably more for Buck Allen, and maybe nothing this week.
The Chargers are playing the Seahawks, which is the Seahawks D has been great, and they're at home.
That home crowd.
But Melvin battling a hamstring, he could go out at any minute. Although the game while Melvin was out was probably Eckler's worst performance all year, at least statistic or for fantasy points wise. So.
I mean, you're Collins is playing. They're playing the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Not a very good defense over there. That's a high scoring.
That's at 46, so not as high as
that's not as high.
Would think it would be.
The Ravens play pretty good defense there. Down from 48.
I guess give me Alex Collins. I don't know. I don't love it, but Eckler's just pretty safe, I think, to get you 10. But the Seahawks, different animal. Defense is really surprising me. So who you got?
Oh, it's a toss up. I guess give me Collins.
Yeah. Corey Davis or Godwin. Man, I mean, this should be a really easy question and just say Corey Davis, but whenever the last times the Tennessee Titans played, obviously not against the Chargers, but the week before that, it was just like to hell with anybody in the starting lineup for the Tennessee Titans. And until they
every other week like that.
Right. I just don't know.
He's still got the
Godwin
the majority
with
of the targets, right?
Right. I mean,
let me look. Davis before the bye had 7 targets, only caught 3 of them for 10 yards. Caught 1 ball on 4 targets for 24 yards versus the Ravens the week before that. But that's the Ravens and Chargers, really good Ds. Obviously, Cowboys are playing pretty good defense right now. They got to go on the road Monday night. I'm firing up Corey Davis because I have to in one league.
So Corey Davis or Godwin?
They got Ritz back in there. I feel like Godwin's probably got a pretty safe floor, no?
He was good with Fitz, that's for sure. And he's been pretty solid. It was touchdowns or he scored a lot of touchdowns.
Yeah, he's got 4 touchdowns. 1 in 4 different games.
I guess Corey Davis coming off the bye. He's playing the Cowboys, tough secondary.
But I mean the Panthers.
Yeah.
playing a little bit better run defense than pass defense, but still playing pretty well.
Oh man, these are all tough questions, Sean.
Toughies.
Give me Godwin, I guess. I don't know. Me and the Titans are not on speaking terms right now.
Right. Yeah. Godwin's worst game.
Corey Davis will have 6 for 128 and 2 touchdowns.
Right. Yeah, I think you're probably safe for 7 points, 7 to 10 from Godwin with a little bit upside. Corey Davis has a much lower floor to me, but maybe a bigger upside. I guess I'd go Godwin.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
Amendola or Traquan. One of those guys, but I guess Traquan. Let me roll the dice on something big happening.
Sure. So I'm going to type in, we reluctantly pick Alex Collins over Eckler, and we reluctantly pick Godwin.
I just can't. I think I got to play Corey Davis. I just can't in good conscience say play Godwin over Corey Davis, what should be the number one and getting targets up. Mariota, hopefully another week rested. The fingers are starting to get a little better. He doesn't have to wear that stupid glove for the rest of the season.
That's true. And
I don't know.
They're coming off of a bye.
Give me Corey Davis. Let's move on.
All right. I could do it.
A few days ago, you guys suggested not using Curse if Enunwa was playing, so I'm thinking it's a no on Curse. Is Enunwa playing?
No. They're coming in quick.
Enunwa active.
Yeah, I probably would not be trying to play Curse.
Yeah, bench Curse.
If you got points for receptions made and yards gained after you made an awesome block, then I'd go Curse. But
all right, Hoyt is coming back again. He's got Anthony Miller on his taxi squad. Would it be worth pulling in this week? I don't know if Allen Robinson's active or not.
And what did
Allen
Anthony Miller do
Allen
for
Robinson's
you?
out.
He is?
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Miller's not even on this top 200 list here. I was trying to see.
I mean, obviously, I don't know what the rest of your team looks like. If it's one of those deals where you can't put Anthony Miller back on the taxi squad after you take him off, I'd probably leave him on.
Right.
If you can kind of move him around, I don't see what the harm in that is. I'm not looking to play him though if I don't have to.
Yeah, I mean he had 7 targets last week.
I mean, I'd probably rather play him over Devontae Parker or Treadwell.
Right. Yeah, I mean, with no Allen Robinson, I think you could probably fire him up. You didn't say who you were going to bench for him in that question, but he scored 3 touchdowns this year. He had 7 targets each of the last 2 weeks. So
I'm assuming since he's asking the question, if he pulls him off, pulling up this week, maybe not. Then I don't know if he can move him up or down. That's really the only decision for me. If you
can't put him back on the taxi after you take him off,
I would probably leave him on.
Right.
But if you can move him up, and I mean, I don't mind firing him up without Allen Robinson.
Agreed. All right, Chris, what up?
I did want to say I don't want to hate on Devontae Parker. I think personally, I'd give you a third for Devontae Parker if somebody wants to come off him. Obviously, he just had a great game,
right? And
everyone's like, "Oh, well, here's my Devontae Parker stocks a little," but maybe they just want to get rid of him.
Right.
I do like the player in
third
Devontae
all day.
Parker.
Yeah, I'm excited about what he looked like and finally getting some targets.
But I don't want to play him this week.
Just because.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just didn't want to seem
good.
like I was crushing Devontae Parker.
No, it's all good. All right, Chris Browning, pick one to flex with. We're having safe flex here. Carry on. Nick Chubb, Watkins, Cohen, Josh Gordon. Just a bounty of riches here.
I don't know how you can't not play Cohen right now, right?
Right.
He just seems safe to me for the most part. I mean although
Chubb
we did
just
have a long podcast about how quickly if he doesn't crush on those opportunities, how quickly the game for Cohen could not be great.
But no Allen Robinson.
But he's been great. I don't know how you can sit Chubb.
Right. I'd probably go Chubb over Cohen.
Yeah, just as safety.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're playing the Chiefs. Could get out of hand though.
It could get out of hand, but he's the
Sammy
goal line
Watkins
back
to play here just because
he's crushing. Tyreek's got a little bit of a groin,
and they're playing the Browns, who are
right.
or maybe the Browns beat the Chiefs today.
if the well, I mean, who knows? If the Lions weren't dumb or didn't have Theo Riddick, I would say play carry on, but
or Blunt. Yeah, no, carry on's my favorite player out of these guys.
mhm.
Actually, Chubb's probably my favorite player. But.
Yeah, we pulled up that touchdown from Chubb and just how he had that second level acceleration to break away. It's just combine with the power and vision. It's exciting what could come, and he hasn't quite put it.
This is a great question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Chubb with the safety out of
just
usage.
Usage safety. Cohen or Watkins for some upside.
Watkins for just
extreme
upside, and then Cohen. So I guess Chubb.
Yeah, I'll go Chubb. Give me Chubb.
All right.
All right.
Should I wait on Sony? And if he can't go, play the Jamal Williams, or just play Booker since Freeman is out?
Solid question there, Terrell.
I think I'm just going to play Booker.
Yeah.
We obviously just had a long talk about Aaron Jones, and his usage is going up, and they're playing the Pats. Who knows what's going to happen? I don't necessarily love playing Jamal Williams at all. So I'd rather just play Booker. Booker was pretty solid last week.
It's an option for you.
Yeah, I don't know how close Sony Michel is to actually playing.
Yeah, I don't know about any of those guys. Gronk, Sony, Julian's questionable.
There's some checkdowns for Booker. He's looked pretty good last week. Scored some fantasy points. I think he had 14.
Yeah, they don't just want to ride Lindsey into the ground, although they're going to give him a bunch of work, but they're still
pick Booker. All right. Mark Ingram or Kerryon Johnson, please type for Sean Bosley again. I have the same question. I'm going Ingram. I've got a lineup where it's either Ingram or Kerryon, and I'm playing Ingram. I think the Saints need to try to ball control here a little bit and try to limit possessions from the Rams. I think give me Melvin or Mark Ingram in this.
For a second last week, it was looking dicey for your Mark Ingram, but then every time they handed him the ball, he was crushing yardage. Like he had 9 for 63, I think, which is a solid yards per carry.
Right.
And then he threw on another, I think, 4 receptions, and he ended up getting you 15 points in a week where it was really an Alvin Kamara week. And he could be getting goal line touchdowns, and he ran them which way, and he can break off long ones. And I think I agree with what you said about ball control in this Rams team. That's how the Seahawks almost beat them. Give me Mark Ingram as well.
And the Vikings have a solid rush defense. Obviously, the Rams are a really solid defense too, but I would rather face the Rams defense than the Vikings defense, I think. It's not like the Saints offense was crushing the Vikings last week, you know?
Yeah, that's true. I'll still go Ingram.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going Ingram.
Yeah. All right. Hoyt.
Strong Alex Collins there. Or Aaron Jones. Give me Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
I'll drink the Kool-Aid for the week.
Yeah. It's a flavorful looking Kool-Aid with a bunch of sugar in it.
Yeah, we had to play Alex Collins up above there, or somebody had to make a decision on it, and just with those 2 tackles being out,
right?
And he was kind of iffy all week. I don't really want to play Alex Collins if I don't have to. As far as I know, Aaron Jones is healthy, and they're probably going to have to put up points to compete with old Tommy. And give me Aaron Jones.
Give me Aaron Jones too. I'll take it.
Crabtree or John Brown, half-point PPR. Give me John Brown on the home run upside.
Yeah. Krabs has been pretty.
Krabs has been good, very solid,
consistent.
It's probably gonna do well. You probably should. Crabtree's pretty safe.
Yeah,
but John Brown's been great. Down game here or there, but for the most part.
Yeah, how's those game logs compared to each other? Is
I don't know. That'd be a fun thing to put.
I'm about to pull it up. I got them all in order here. Krabs, like that's a real thing to search for. So Krabs is at 83 overall with 94 points scored, and then let's see, Brown you scored 114 points. So not that I'm going to let overall points do it to me. He's coming off a down week. Then had a blow up week versus the Saints the week before that. a down week the week before that, and then started off the season so hot.
So hot. Give me John Brown.
John Brown versus I'll take John.
Doesn't like it.
It's hard. It's hard. I want to see. I don't have either of these guys on my squads. I guess we have Crabtree in the one league. God, you can't. It's not. Give me Crabs.
All right.
Fair
enough. Shift over to YouTube here. Jerry says Traquan, Godwin, or MVS. Give me MVS. Give me Valdez Scantling all day. I'm trying to get him into lineups if I can. Obviously, I'm not benching anybody that's your studs, but I think there's no reason with Allison out. There's no reason to not be excited about putting Valdez Scantling in your lineup.
Agreed. Yeah, he was getting targets and some production with people healthy, and now with Noah Geronimo, I'll take MVS as well. All right, let's see. Holy shit, I finally caught the show.
Hey.
All right. I don't have my soundboard, but if I did, I still don't have clapping. We're not trying to manufacture it.
You don't have a laugh track or a clap
No,
track?
I don't have a laugh track. I'm just a walking laugh track.
Last post to Patreon, so posting here too. Pick 5 and rank those 5, please. Drake, Coleman, Carson, Gronk, Anthony Miller, DJ Moore, Traquan. That's a lot of guys.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys. So we got to cut 2.
All right, I'll cut Traquan
and Anthony Miller. But I mean, you probably should cut Gronk.
Right. That's kind of what I was going to say. And I don't know if I really want. I'm not thrilled about Carson.
The thing is,
a game time decision, but
you could play Gronk if you didn't have Carson.
True, but also that could be a game time decision as well.
You could lose Gronk as well.
So I'd put Traquan last, and then I'd put Carson and Gronk as the next. I guess if I don't know, he rank 5. I guess we'll start at the top
with Drake.
I'm assuming I'll probably go Tevin Coleman, Drake, DJ Moore, Anthony Miller, and then Gronk, Carson, kind of interchangeable, whether or not. And then I'm sure you could find somebody to pick up.
Maybe Rashard Matthews.
Yeah, I don't know.
Playing Monday night.
I have no idea.
Or something terrible like that. I mean, I don't know. It depends. It's on a normal week. Carson and Gronk would be all day up at the top here, but you don't know if Gronk's going to play. Is there any news out about Chris Carson? It's a 4:00 game, so they don't have to go in.
I'm going Coleman, Drake, DJ Moore, Anthony Miller, and then Gronk, Carson.
They're saying Carson's on track to suit up, but he's going to be a game time decision.
If Carson, man, if he plays, and he's probably going to get a ton of work, I would imagine.
Right.
But
you're gambling if you.
I don't like to gamble with those kind of things. I'd rather play those guys I know is healthy.
If you need some upside and you don't think that Anthony Miller is going to get it done for you or Traquan, and you want to bank on one of Carson or Gronk starting, that would minimize your gambling by not banking on both of them. And then if Carson plays, play him, and then if he doesn't, hope Gronk plays.
Yeah.
But it's the Bills they're playing, right? No, it's the Packers. So they held out Gronk last week. All right, Scar. Knew we should have shut the door.
Dog wasn't happy about this sit start.
Yeah.
What'd you got?
I'll go with what you put. Coleman, Drake for sure. 1, 2, and then I guess DJ Moore, Anthony Miller,
right.
And then I would try and I would. I guess I'd take. It'd be tough to put in Traquan and bench both Gronk and Chris. I think the Saints don't play till 4 either. So you got a second to figure out whether you need to play Traquan or Chris Carson. And then maybe you hear something about Gronk by then. But maybe you're just sitting out Gronk.
Yeah, you're not going to hear anything about Gronk until it's
you play Chris Carson or Chris. You play Chris Carson if he plays. If not, throw in Traquan, I guess.
Yeah. you could do that.
Yeah.
But I got to keep Carson at the back of the line because my substitute is Traquan.
Right. All right. Let's see. Alex has another one here for a different league. I'm thinking of starting Anthony Miller over Taylor Gabriel. Does Taylor Gabriel get number 1 coverage? I don't know.
I have no idea how
Miller's. They move all over the place.
I would play Anthony Miller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could go Anthony Miller. All right. Jason, what up? So I have Saquon, David Johnson, Mac on a bye. All right. So I could go. Should I go with Sony Michel or Dalvin Cook with a limited snap count? If I go Sony, I could pick up Jamal Williams if he don't play.
Well, same.
I don't think I want to play Dalvin. They shouldn't even be playing him. What are they doing?
Definitely should not be playing
Freaking
Dalvin
bench
Cook.
this dude.
He needs to just sit out until they're
Wrong
back
with
off
you.
the bye.
Idiots.
Yeah, if that's a situation that you're stuck in without really anywhere to go, I guess you could pick up Jamal Williams if Sony doesn't play.
My instinct / not sources say that Sony's going to play.
Right. I would go the opposite way. I feel that he's not going to play. I feel like they're just stringing you along.
I think they really want him to beat the Packers.
I mean, I think
they need a ball control
They
here.
need him, but I mean, I don't know if it's feasible for him to play. Like, they're clearly a better offense with him out there.
Right.
But
I don't want to play.
Hey, running backs they don't matter and they're replaceable.
Right.
So why can't you just plug Kenyon Barner in
right
and do what Sony Michel does? They're replaceable.
Oh yeah, exactly. Idiots. I'd rather play Jamal Williams over Dalvin Cook, I think.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Because they're going to at least be 20 fully healthy snaps.
Obviously, this isn't I don't think we're talking about redraft here or not, but I mean, if it is, I'd rather play Elijah McGuire, like if he's available.
Yeah.
Over any of those guys. Like, obviously, if Sony plays, I would play Sony. So it's nice to be able to hold out and then play Jamal Williams. Maybe you could get a touchdown,
right? That
he gets in from the 1 or whatever. He maybe has a couple of catches. Who knows? So it's not a terrible play.
I think Jamal is probably the better receiver out of those two backs. So I think there's probably a little bit of terrible safeness with Jamal Williams. Like not anything you're excited about, but if you're worried about getting zeroed from Sony, then
a 6 point.
Right. So there's that. It's a tough week. All right, Jamie. He says PPR flexible production. Start 1, Tevin Coleman, David Moore, or Traquan Smith. Finally, an easy one. Tevin Coleman.
Yeah, I'll go Tevin Coleman.
All right. I like the easy ones. Hard ones are hard.
Cortland Sutton or Amari Cooper standard scoring.
Ugh. To the standardness. I guess Cortland.
Yeah. No problem, Jason. We appreciate you. Cortland or Amari? Yeah, I guess I'll go Cortland and just see what happens with Amari.
I got to wait and see what happens with Amari. Cortland's, all he does is make big plays, which is what you need in a standard league. It's not like I think Cooper has a decent shot at getting 5 catches and then peppering him with some targets, but I don't know that it's going to lead to a bunch of production, you know? Whereas Cortland's going to make that up in one play. And now he doesn't have Demaryius in front of him.
Right.
And they're
exactly. I mean, that's why it's a question. If Demaryius was still there, I'd play Amari Cooper.
Right. I'll take Cortland.
I guess I'll go Cortland too.
What do you think about Duke Johnson and the tight end Jordan Thomas?
Like playing them this week?
Is that a question?
I think
Jordan. Give me Duke Johnson.
If it's between the two, I would take Duke Johnson. If you're asking just some general thoughts about,
I'd try and go buy Duke Johnson low right now.
The Jordan Thomas and the Duke Johnson.
I've tried to go buy Duke Johnson low. No one's entertaining it. No
I don't
one's
think anybody
back.
wants to sell because they know what it is. They know what the price should be and how good he is. He's not doing anything right now.
Yeah, but most people just know what's been in their lineup, like what the production has been.
Yeah. And Jordan Thomas, I mean, Demaryius Thomas is just getting into there, and I mean, Ryan Griffin's been irrelevant.
He's back though. He's been hurt the last 2 weeks. That's why Jordan Thomas has had.
Jordan Akins hasn't really done anything. If you needed rock bottom tight end play, I guess.
Give me Chris Herndon over that guy.
You could roll with Jordan Thomas because they don't really have anything. Kiki's out.
But Griffin's back. Griffin's playing. He hasn't played the last 2 weeks, which opened the door up for the other tight ends to step in when Griffin was the one getting the snaps before that. I mean, he had 2 touchdowns in one game, so I understand the excitement. But I definitely play Duke Johnson over him, and I like the prospect of Jordan Thomas, but I'd be trying to find some other option. Like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'd rather play Griffin than Thomas. I don't know. Herndon is a guy that maybe is just a little bit too late to go and try and acquire. Maybe he's already been picked up, especially if it's Dynasty, but
yeah, I mean, I don't have I like the prospect of Jordan Thomas. We'll see what happens with Ryan Griffin back in the fold.
He just said just in general, he wanted us to talk about him.
Yeah, I don't hate Jordan Thomas. He's a nice guy to have hanging around on your team. He's looked good out there. I mean, they don't have a ton of options right now, so sure, why not? I don't think Ryan Griffin's their long-term answer over there.
They wouldn't have drafted 2 tight ends, I guess.
Yeah, and I mean Duke Johnson is a solid player who I would imagine at some point maybe would start getting a little bit more run, but I don't know. He's locked in over there. It's a kind of a weird situation because he is a good player. Just the usage isn't right.
Right. Ravens or Rams defense? The Rams have the Steelers. The Ravens have the Steelers, and the Rams have the Saints. I wouldn't want to play either one of those, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't really want to play. Give me the Ravens.
Yeah, it's a lower point total.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a tough week for defenses on trying to stream them or whatever. It's like, do I play the Jets versus Miami or Miami versus the Jets?
Right.
Let's see. Goodwin, Lockett, or Anthony Miller.
Oh, Goodwin.
Who would you keep in a dynasty league?
I like Goodwin.
Goodwin is not Godwin.
I know. I like Goodwin.
Well, if that's a question about who to start, you can't do it. And that already happened Thursday. But I guess that's not the question.
Who do you keep in a dynasty league is what he's asking.
Goodwin? No qualms about it.
I think the offense is struggling right now, and I think if everything was running how it's supposed to run, I think he could just absolutely be ridiculous. I like Anthony Miller and Lockett. If I can only keep one of them, I mean, I'll keep Goodwin, I think.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's the oldest out of all those guys, but
yeah, I mean, I like what Lockett's doing right now. Anthony Miller seems to have more weight associated with his name.
Yeah.
And he's also older for a rookie, but
I mean, I love Anthony Miller. I think he could be great. There is a lot of stuff going on over there, so that could limit him for a little while.
And the quarterback could limit him for a while.
And I like Tyler Lockett, but I think if I got to pick one, I'm Godwin for next year of Goodwin for next year for what he could be doing. You've seen bits and pieces of it in this season of like, holy shit, that guy's.
Yeah, I mean, the last year and a half, the big plays have been there, but then you've seen some bit of a floor. And if that offense was right and your boy Jimmy was out there slinging it.
Right. And you had a running back that was, I mean, nothing wrong with Breida, but if you were full strength over there. So
let's see, Mark. He's good. He signed like a deal like last year, right?
I think they locked him up.
He signed a 3-year deal in, let's see, 2000 and was there a 4th year option? Huh. This is saying he's not a free agent until 2022, so he's locked up there through 2021.
There's a while.
That's a lot. I think Tyler Lockett just got paid too, but yeah, I guess I could go Goodwin. He's got that make your play in one day, and then some production to go around that offense to maybe boost up the floor.
All right, last one. Oh, Tyrell Cook. He's a Patreon guy. Treadwell or Anunwa PPR. Oof. I guess I'd roll the dice with Anunwa, but
yeah,
hopefully being right. I mean, is coming back off an injury. I don't like to play guys like that. I know Treadwell's healthy.
Yeah, he still doesn't catch well though.
Who do you like?
Give me a Nunwa.
Yeah.
I can't find myself playing Treadwell.
Yeah. Could be a good start today, though.
Give me a Nunwa.
I'll go Treadwell. Boom.
All righty. Well, I think that wraps it up. I just refreshed Patreon. We don't have any freshies there.
Baker Mayfield or Russell Wilson. Give me Russell.
Yeah, no doubt. No diggity. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us. Get your questions in.
Sure.
Hit us up on Twitter at the FF Dynasty. In the next half hour, maybe we can get you back. I don't know. I got to go set my own lineups. And let's go ahead and sign off here.
Yeah, we'll see you next week.
Peace, everybody.